in 20 years, by 2050, Africa will have a quarter of the world's population and will contribute 40% of the world's workforce. It is our considered view that there is need for a paradigm shift in the way Africa is viewed, so that Africa is viewed with the lenses of the opportunities and assets that Africa has to contribute to not just African prosperity, but global prosperity. That's number one. Number two, we believe that we need to work together to resolve some of the hurdles that constrains Africa's growth. And there are three of them. Number one is access, limited access that today defines resources, concessional resources for Africa's development. And number two, to deal with the challenge of unfair financial architecture that, limits access to development capital in the capital markets, where Africa pays at disproportionately high interest rates compared to others. The current financial architecture actually penalizes African countries unfairly. And number three, we need to deal with the credit rating agencies that were designed for a world that doesn't exist anymore. So, and we have ideas on how this can be dealt with. We believe, and we are reorganizing ourselves as a continent. Number one, realizing that the development of our continent is first and foremost our responsibility as African leaders. We do not want to anymore, assign blame to others. We want to take responsibility ourselves for organizing our own economies. And all we are asking for partnership is so that we can mobilize resources from domestic resources from Africa. We have, for example, close to $4 trillion of savings in our pensions, in our insurance companies. These are resources that can be unlocked without asking for money from others. With just guarantees, we can be able to unlock a lot of resources for the development of our continent. And finally, we also believe that for Africa to be able to make useful contribution to global progress and global prosperity, we have to position ourselves appropriately, and that is why we are pushing for a fairer international financial architecture and a reformed international governance, where the UN recognizes 1.5 billion people in Africa, 54 countries that today have no say in the UN Security Council. They are not represented, and it completely undermines the credibility of the UN system. We believe in that reform, and I'm very happy that we share this position with Finland, that there is need for reform of the international financial architecture, there is need for reform of the international governance architecture, so that we bring the ideas, the contributions, the suggestions of every part of the globe. That is how we're going to move forward together. That is my take on the contribution of the Global South to global progress.